Hey guys, Bazzy back here, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at pre and post patch 1.31 here in NHL 25. So if you guys weren't aware, EA actually put out a patch on December 5th that was basically the PWHL update, which was great to see. There's a bunch of changes, a bunch of updates, and a bunch of fixes, but it actually ended up doing quite a bit more harm to the game than it did good. Franchise mode has been pretty unplayable to most of the player base, which has really sucked, especially this close to the holidays. So we're going to be going through the list of updates that EA said is coming in the patch today before the patch, and then once the patch drops, I will go back and see if all the stuff has been fixed as they have said. So let's go jump into franchise mode. So EA did put out their list of fixes coming in this update. We have 3 items to take a look at here today, or at least 3 major items with franchise mode. Starting out with the issue of not being able to have conversations in the AHL preseason or off-season. So starting out here, just at the start of franchise mode, you will see that the conversation tab in the AHL is just totally blocked off. Definitely not the biggest issue, but still it is something of note that we'll have to check back on here when the update drops. Up next is a lot of the menu lag issues, starting out with the scouting. So I know this was really bad. Like I said in my patch notes video, Data, friend of the channel, he had showed this off himself on how long it takes to actually scout out all these players individual. So normally you can just go and basically hit A on everybody and it's really quick, really fast. So far not too bad, but I actually am having to hit the button multiple times, like 3-4 times before it actually registers anything. And I don't really know the best way of doing in-depth scouting and all that stuff. For me, I just leave it on auto, but I can totally see that being annoying. Something that, again, we'll have to check out in the patch and we'll see if it ends up fixing it. Personally, when it comes to scouting, I've also found that moving scouts from region to region, in between doing that from one scout to the second one, it can take a while because of that menu lag. So hopefully that is something else we can see improved upon when this patch does drop. The next thing with the menu lag comes to find trade. This I did not know was an issue, so let's just go and find a trade here with some of our guys, see if there's really all that much lag. Honestly, I don't really see any issue right now. We can try with Connor Geeky, and to me that just kind of seems normal, so I don't really know what the issue is here. Obviously it's been reported, it's been fixed, but I can't really at least show it off for this video. But lastly, with the lag issues going to the edit line screen, this was such a just bad addition. Going from like a guy like Jake Gensel here to Point, you'll see it takes like a full 2 seconds to load in the next player. Going from Point to Kucherov, same thing. And at least for me, it wouldn't be an issue if it just updated the name and it updated the player type, the position, everything of that next player right away, and the pitcher takes a little bit long to load in. Whatever, it's not ideal. But when it takes like forever just to get all the information of the next player on the screen, it can get very annoying, especially if you're spending a lot of time on the edit line screen. But the last issue we have to look at here today actually occurs at the NHL entry draft / re-sign stage. So let me go sim ahead and we'll meet back with you guys at the draft. And the last big fix coming to franchise mode here occurs in the re-sign stage. If you would go in and negotiate with a player, and you would just advance stay from that screen, it would soft lock the game. So to show this off, let's go to Cam Atkinson, let's enter the negotiation. We want to make sure that he does not sign the contract here in the first day. I believe that does matter. So let's just offer him the same amount of money, 1-year deal. Let's continue and let's back out of this contract. So here we go, Cam Atkinson. We can send this offer out, and as soon as we hit X to go to the next day, we will basically be soft locked. So he will reject the contract, and yep, I cannot do anything. You'll see at the bottom there, even all our buttons are gone, and I can only scroll side to side. I can't even go down to Esamont. I can only scroll side to side. I can't re-offer him a contract. I can't back out. You would have to close your game, reopen it, and hope the save is not corrupted at this point. So that is all the items that should be getting fixed in this update. Let me go cut ahead now. It'll be a few seconds for you and a few hours for me. Let's go check out patch 1.3.1. Alright, so we are back here post-patch to test out franchise mode. hopefully some of these issues, if not all of them, are now fixed. So let's start things out simple here today. There was issues with conversations not being available in the AHL all the time. So you can see NHL is fine. Now if we go to the AHL, instead of it being grayed out, which it was previously, we can talk to any single player we want. So again, not the biggest change in the world, but it's good to see that some of these things are getting fixed. Up next, the scouting delays. So let's just go to one of our junior scouts here, and let's go and scout specific players. So we can probably go down here just till there is a group of guys that are unscouted, and this would take, a few button clicks for each one. And early on, yep, this is way quicker. This is back to how it was pre being broken on December 5th. So there we go, we're 2 for 2 in updates that are actually doing what they say they are. So that'll definitely help you guys out if you are looking to do a lot more manual scouting, as opposed to letting the computer take control. So we did have issues reported with the trade finder, but as previously mentioned, I couldn't actually find anything wrong with it, so we are just going to skip over this part for now. Let's go to the edit line screen, and this was a big one. Is it sped up at all, changing from player to player? Starting off Gensel to Point to Kucherov, yes, this is much better. Not like 100% super quick, but is way better than it was previously. Honestly, this is probably more or less what it was when the game launched. So another good change. Shouldn't have had to put out an emergency update in the first place, but it is at least now fixed. So that's everything I can do at this point. Let me go simulate ahead and we'll see if the soft lock in the re-sign stage is still a thing or if that has since been patched. Alright, so we are back here at the re-sign stage. Let's see if this glitch has been fixed or if it is still a thing after the patch. So Cam Atkinson, once again, let's go enter negotiations. We'll do the exact same thing with him. And we just want to make sure that he doesn't sign. I actually don't know how many years he was looking for, so let's just go something crazy. Let's just try a 6-year offer so he doesn't instantly accept it, which he should not. Continue on. Let's go offer him this contract, 6 years, 2.375 million. So now that that has been offered, before if you just pressed X, it would break the game. He does reject the contract, but boom, there we go. I can go up and down. I can go and do more or less anything I want here. I can exit back to the franchise mode hub. So there you go. We looked at all the changes that EA said they were going to actually be fixing. Looks like all of them are actually fixed. Now the question is anything else broken now because of this new patch? Honestly, I have no idea. We probably won't find out for a little bit here until people can get in and start experimenting. But overall, is franchise mode at least in a playable state? I would lean toward yes. I know there's still issues, I know it's not perfect, and I know there's stuff that still does need to be fixed. But these were the big egregious issues, and I think honestly it is good enough to come back at this point. But I think overall that is going to do it for today's quick video. I will see you all in the next one.